evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial and here's wishing all of you and your families a very Merry Christmas. I hope you've been having a good day and a good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, as is tradition, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today made a quiet entry into the Cathedral Church of the Redemption in New Delhi and took part in the morning service. It was a signal to the less than 3% Christian community in India that we are part of your celebrations, that we celebrate your gods, we honor your celebrations and your traditions because, after all, unity is in diversity. The message, ladies and gentlemen, though, that came from the Prime Minister this morning in church has been completely lost on right-wing bigots from the VHP and the Bajrang Dal who have run complete riot across India for the last 72 hours. They've been targeting Christians and anything to do with Christmas. What is baffling, ladies and gentlemen, is the state's silence and inaction and therefore complicity. If you're silent, then you're complicit. Just take a look at this. This is Bareilly, where the Christmas midnight mass was underway last night. The huge fringe group shows up there, right outside church, and with the police by their side, they start raising Jai Shri Ram slogans and singing the Hanuman Chalisa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not like Bareilly does not have enough temples. It does. But the goons were trying to send a message. And the most unfortunate part is that no one, including the police that was standing there, contradicted it. Neither did the politicians. Listen in to what happened in Bareilly. Then, ladies and gentlemen, there was this. The city's main mall was decorated in the Christmas spirit, like malls across India, like malls in your city as well. What did the VHP and Bajrang Dal folks decide to do there? Well, it's on your screens. They brought down Santa, they vandalized the mall, and they conveyed to the mall owners that next time you try and celebrate Christmas, this is what happens. The only thing you can celebrate is Diwali and Holi, but not Christmas. Forget Eid. They were sending a message, ladies and gentlemen. It has been conveyed loud and clear. And as I said, no one has contradicted it. Have you seen the pictures of them bringing down Santa? Santa actually is the one that has been under attack across the country today. In Puri, Odisha, there were Hindus and there are poor people selling Santa caps. You see them everywhere. You see them in Delhi, you see them in Bhubaneswar, you'll see them in Mumbai. This is when a man stops his car and he tells them, look, this is a Hindu nation and you can only sell things related to Lord Jagannath here. So don't sell these caps. These people told him, we are Hindus. They said, if you are Hindus, then you cannot do something that Christians will approve of. Then there was India's national capital, Lajpat Nagar, in the heart of Delhi. This is where Christian women were distributing Santa caps. They were told to go home by a crowd. They said, you go home and celebrate, do not celebrate Christmas outside. They were then accused of trying to convert people. They were just distributing caps, and that, according to this fringe group, was trying to convert. Ladies and gentlemen, for one moment, all of us can argue. This is the fringe. They are a crazy lot. Why should the government be answerable for what they do? It's a very good point. Then what do you say about the BJP district vice president of Jabalpur? Her name is Anju Bhargava. She's on your screens. You can't see her very clearly because she's busy slapping a visually impaired girl. So Anju Bhargavji barges into a church and starts assaulting a visually impaired woman. She's actually just a girl. Anjuji accuses this girl of trying to convert a Hindu girl for quote-unquote dhanda. She's the one who barges into the church and then leads this assault. See it for yourself. For that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just try and play the audio out for you because frankly, it's horrifying. So to my producers, whenever that audio is ready, do let us know because I think our viewers need to know what this woman said. After her video goes viral, for 2 days, the BJP is silent. But then there is outrage, complete outrage. So what does the BJP do? Well, it is forced to seek answers from the lady. But has she been been sacked or even suspended? Absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, hate crimes against Christians peaking during Christmas is a sign of the times we live in. Dangerous times. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The opposition in India is calling out the Prime Minister's silence and the government's inaction, saying his church visit was a mere photo op designed to appease the 19% Christian voters in Kerala that will go to elections next year. They say while the Prime Minister goes to church, his ideological army is unhinged, attacking Christians and Christmas. Listen in to what the opposition is saying today.
कि रामनवमी हो या हनुमान जयंती हो तो साहब ये लोग चले जाएंगे मस्जिदों के बाहर डीजे बजा बजा के उकसाने वाले गाने लगा लगा के नाच रहे हैं। क्रिसमस है तो चर्च के बाहर हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ रहे हैं। आपने कभी सोचा है? मतलब बेवकूफी है, मूर्खता है, गुंडागर्दी है। ये खरपतवार है और ये खरपतवार नतीजा है आरएसएस की जो जहरीले बीज जो इन्होंने बोए हैं, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने बोए हैं, संघ ने बोए हैं, आज से नहीं कई सालों से बो रहे हैं। ये खरपतवार उन्हीं बीजों से निकला है। लेकिन सुबह सुबह खुद चर्च जरूर चले गए तो इस दौरे सियासत का इतना सा फसाना है कि बस्ती भी जलानी है और मातम भी मनाना है। चले गए, केरला में चुनाव है तो मोदी जी आज चर्च चले गए। गुंडों को अपने नहीं रोक पा रहे, जो इनकी फौज है इनको नहीं रोक पा रहे या रोकना नहीं चाह रहे।
Showing respect for the cultural and religious traditions of all communities is central to Kerala politics. When our traditions are attacked, it is not only Christians who are attacked, it is all of us. Every Indian is assaulted.
ऐसी बीजेपी को आपने सत्ता में देश के अंदर बिठा दिया है जो चर्च के सामने कल बरेली में हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ कर रहे हैं, कहीं सेंटा क्लॉज बना हुआ है उसको तोड़फोड़ कर रहे हैं, कहीं महिलाओं को घेर के मार रहे हैं, पीट रहे हैं। ऐसा हिंदुस्तान आप बनाना चाहते हैं?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के और एक विंग जो है बजरंग दल, आप डरे हुए हैं। जो इनसिक्योर होते हैं ना, जो खुद ही महसूस करते हैं कि हम असुरक्षित हैं, वही अपना जो एक क्षमता का प्रदर्शन करता है। देश के हर राज्य की सरकारों को आशीर्वाद देते हैं। ये है जो आज क्रिसमस पालन किया जा रहा है, उसमें ये मैसेज आता है और ये लोग कहते हैं कि चलो तोड़फोड़ करो।
Ladies and gentlemen, now back to the BJP district vice president of Jabalpur. I spoke about her. I want all of you to actually see what she did when she barged into a church. Just take a look first. I've just seen what Anju Bhargav ji of the BJP has done and said. In fact, she goes on to tell the girl that in your next life as well, you will be born visually impaired. As I said, after this video went viral, the BJP was asked to, actually forced to ask her some questions. So they have issued a show cause notice to her. Jabki whatever has happened is on camera, but have they sacked her? Absolutely not. Now, just ladies and gentlemen, juxtapose this to what happened in the national capital today. You remember the I.N.D.I.A party skit that they did on pollution? They were trying to make a point. And essentially what Saurav Bharadwaj had said in that skit was, the I.N.D.I.A party leader, that Delhi is so polluted that when Santa came here, even he fainted. This is all Saurav Bharadwaj said. Today, in Jabalpur, there is no action against Anju Bharadwaj, but Saurav Bharadwaj has been booked by the Delhi police for a skit, for a harmless skit. Why? Quote unquote, because he's hurt religious sensibility. So people who are beating up Christians, asking them to go home and celebrate Christmas and not on the streets, right? And barging into their churches and assaulting Christians, there is absolutely no action against them. But there will be action against the I.N.D.I.A party leader for staging a skit on pollution that had Santa as a central character. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the times we live in. Professor Rakesh Sinha, former member of the Rajya Sabha, joining us as well, but today in his capacity as an RSS ideologue. Thank you, Professor, for joining us. Rahul Ishwar, joining us on the broadcast as well. Good evening, Rahul. Salim Dharanidharan is joining us on the broadcast. He's a national spokesperson of the DMK. He's joining us live from Chennai. Matthew Anthony is spokesperson of the Congress party, and Father Sebastian is joining us on the broadcast as well. Father Sebastian, before I come to the politicians, I want to come to you. You've seen a series of attacks on Christians ahead of Christmas in India. I want to ask you what the Christian community is feeling and saying at this point of time.
Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to express our feelings about what is happening in our country. Most of the states, we are in a fear. People find difficult to even go to even churches. And institutions also find difficult to even display any activities or organize Christmas programs. Most of the places, institutions, there were there were threatening messages, incidents, and I can brief you date-wise from 18th of December onwards. Various states, especially Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, even Rajasthan, and even some parts of UP, we are facing a lot of challenges and problems.
Father Sebastian,
date-wise, we have data.
Can I ask you whether these attacks come with the tag of conversion for the Christian community? Because that is what seems to be happening in Odisha and Chhattisgarh, that the Christian community is seen as a community that is, that is always very quick to convert people. That is where there are some fears as far as the majority community is concerned.
This conversion is a word normally used to suppress Christianity. Is it possible easily somebody can be converted to any religion?
Okay.
It is not possible. We know that we were near about 2,000 years Christianity is existing in India. Even today, we are only 2%. If the conversion is take place such a way, we would have been a huge population in India.
Okay.
Our population is reducing according to the national census.
Okay.
Coming all the years.
Okay. All right. That's a point you're making. Salim, would you come in here? Today we've heard from your Chief Minister Stalin as well. I want to ask you, what we have seen happen in Odisha, what we have seen happen in Raipur, what we have seen happen in Delhi, what we have seen happen in Kerala as well, attacks against the Christian community, attacks against Christmas, it's largely been driven by the fringe, by the VHP, the Bajrang Dal, the Hindu Sena. Why are we expecting the government of India to respond on their behalf?
See, government of India is silent.
I think you asked me, right?
Yes, Salim, go ahead, please.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you for having me in the show. See, I think it's very funny. We all know who's responsible for attacks on the minorities, which is that party that uses religion to pit people against one another and come to power. We know that ever since the BJP started rising, BJP's fringe, including RSS, BHP, etc., had been playing a major role in disrupting the harmony, and with their rise, there is also commensurate increase of crimes against minorities. I will tell you, before 90s, when BJP was non-existential nearly, right? Number of crimes was less than 20 per year. And then 98, 99, they're coming to power. Then the crimes against Christianity increases to 100 incidences per year. And then under Modi, 2014, I will tell, 2015, 177 incidences of crime. 2016, 300 incidences of crime. 2019, 527 incidents of crime, and 2023, 550% increase in crime against the minorities. And the reason is why? The reason is very simple. They have learned this template from the 1940 Europe that if you pit the majority against the minority, you can hypnotize the masses, through that you can win the election. And BJP's rise is commensurate with the communal violence.
Mr. Dharidharan, I understand that, but let me ask you this question.
Violence, more the electoral success.
Mr. Dharidharan, just let me ask you this question. And I ask you this question on behalf of the BJP spokesperson who should have been on the show but is not on the show because the BJP decided they do not want to participate in a debate that will involve attacks on Christians, because obviously there are tough questions that they don't want to answer. All political parties do this. I cannot single them out. Mr. Dharidharan, the point is, you have the Prime Minister of this country who has showed up year after year at a church for the morning service on Christmas. ठीक है. You also have a prime minister who will be heading into a crucial election in Kerala next year, where the Christian population is about 19%. Why on earth will he orchestrate, or his party orchestrate, attacks on the Christian community? They are not crazy, na?
I will tell you about the hypocrisy of the BJP. Right? BJP and its affiliate organizations massacre people in Uttar Pradesh on the pretext or assumption that people are carrying beef. It has happened incidences. But the same BJP chief minister in Goa will attend the beef biryani festival. That is the hypocrisy of the BJP. They don't care about Hinduism or Jainism or Buddhism or Christianity or Islam. For them, use religion to win election. In Kerala, they can see that they can polarize people because there are 3 community religions there. So they want Christian votes. So Prime Minister will meet Christians there. But same, they will go burn houses, Christian houses in Orissa. They will. Your BJP spokespersons have accused me of crypto-Christianity, being a crypto-Christian. Random comments on my chief minister have been made. Vulgar comments by BJP spokesperson. I will say Sanjeev Verma has called my leader, myself, a crypto-Christian. So I asked her, who are you to determine which religion anyone belongs? But I will go further and ask, what has also given BJP or the RSS or BHP the authority to determine who's a Hindu and who's not a Hindu?
Okay.
Have the Hindus given it the authority to the BJP? Historically, 2000 years, I will tell you, all religions have coexisted in India. India has been example to the world on religious tolerance and pluralism. That is hallmark of India. And what is Hinduism is also that tolerance is Hinduism. So anyone who's bringing fights with on religious basis cannot be a Hindu. Because the first basis of Hinduism is tolerance to different practices.
Today, Rakesh Sinha, the opposition, specifically the Congress party, has accused the RSS of being behind all these attacks on Christians and saying hate is their only religion. I want to ask you, that may be rhetoric, Rakesh Sinha, and we can leave it to the side for 1 minute, but I want to ask you, is the Prime Minister's silence on all these attacks, is the BJP's silence on the BJP Neta barging into a church and attacking a visually impaired girl and accusing her of making Hindu girls do dhanda, is that baffling or not? The Prime Minister had an opportunity to speak today, if not at church in Lucknow, where Good Governance Day is being celebrated. Why has he not spoken? Silence will be seen as complicity.
I am really surprised to your question. Times Now is a national channel. Millions of viewers see it, watch it. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji visited church. He participated in Christmas function. Now this is the message of the inclusiveness and the inclusive social philosophy of the Prime Minister. He goes to Gurdwara, he goes to temple, he visits everywhere. And I think that as a head of the state, holding the highest position, political position, Prime Minister has given the message that India is a country where all religions are equally respected and accepted by the Indian state. That message is louder and bigger than any other incident. You are counting certain incidents. And I watched that. Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh or any affiliate of the RSS does not believe in violence. We are a democratic organization with millions of followers. We don't need to do violence. If we have to protest, we will protest. If we will oppose, we will oppose. We have capability to oppose anything under the sun. Why should we take the violence to defame ourselves? The opposition parties require certain issues, incidents to oppose Narendra Modi. They have to oppose Prime Minister. If he goes church, that is rhetoric. If he does not go church, then he is not associated with the minority religion. So, जो हिंदी में कहते हैं चित भी मेरा पट भी मेरा. This is not good in democracy. Number 2, I am coming to the question. You know, there are certain local feuds, and all 80 crore Hindus or 90 crore Hindus are not RSS Swayamsevaks. We are not holding the banner of every Hindu. The local grievances, local incidences may be reflected in such an unholy incident, so we condemn the violence. We absolutely condemn any kind of violence by anybody at any part of the world. Now I am coming to the core question. The Niyogi Commission, I am coming to the core question. Niyogi Commission, which was formed by Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, that had given the report that the conversion is the biggest cause of violence. So I have my appeal to the Christian brothers. I sent hundreds of the messages in Meghalaya. Meghalaya adopted village, and I'm getting messages. Where are Christians fearing? You go to Connaught Place, there are Santa Claus. You go to any church, come with me.
you go to Lajpat Nagar. But Rakesh ji, you go to Lajpat Nagar. Topi, Santa ka topi baat rahe hain, unko bol rahe hain, conversion kar rahe hain.
Sir, please come to me. Just let me. You are spreading. Why you go and celebrate Christianity or Christmas in your church? If you are taking the police permission in Bareilly, I think even
Hindus are permitted to celebrate Holi and Diwali outside their homes. You are telling me Christians are not in this country allowed to celebrate Christmas on the streets of India? ये तो गलत है. This is not. These are not the values of our democracy, Rakesh ji. But I will let Matthew. No, I'm an anchor, but I'm also a citizen of this country, and even I have an opinion, Rakesh ji, just like you have an opinion.
I would go if kindly allow me in 2 minutes. I am just telling you that there certain incidents took place, but the kind of rumor spreading on the TV channel that Christians are under fear. They are not. They are.
Let Matthew Antony respond to that. Let Matthew Antony respond to that. Matthew Antony, there are 10 incidents that have happened across this country. Why are you making this hover that Christmas is under siege and that Christians are under attack? Is what Rakesh ji is asking.
Shreya, Merry Christmas to you and all the viewers. And me as a Christian sitting in here for the debate shows the importance and seriousness of this matter for Christians across the country. Now, we are not here for a festival secularism. The constitutional secularism is what we want. The Prime Minister is going to a church, and now you see a pattern, silence, and impunity. What is the pattern? The pattern is of violence from the allied organizations of BJP, which is Vishva Parishad and Bajrang Dal. And they continue the violences across state after state, state after state, state after state, which instills fears in the lower strata of the society, as well as the middle class of the society, as well as other people who doesn't want their daily life to be bothered. Then their propaganda of right-wing activism happens. I didn't disturb you, sir. So please,
Rakesh ji, you are one of our favorite guests. ये मत करिए. Let him finish. आप Christian भाई बहनों को बोलने भी नहीं देंगे. ये तो गलत majoritarianism है. बोलने तो दीजिए उनको.
No, BSP is not involved in any incident. Don't take name of BSP. Any rowdy element means BSP. Any rowdy element means Bajrang Dal. Any rowdy element means RSS. Any rowdy element means.
भाई आप जाके रायपुर की पुलिस से बात कर लीजिए.
You are a civil person.
Now I'm asking you. Then you have listed out all the incidents. Since I don't have much of an airtime, I don't want to get into the details of those incidents. I am saying they have enjoying the impunity. Tell me which are the FIRs which is taken against all of these hooligans and goons. And the silence of the BJP.
Nothing in Raipur, nothing in Puri, nothing in Lajpat Nagar.
The Prime Minister has got an opinion to speak about Israel. The Prime Minister has got an opinion to speak about all of the conflicts in the world. But he doesn't have an opinion to speak about the increased attacks, the patronized attacks against the Christians across the country. Then you are also, the BJP and its allied organizations are also funding the propaganda to have a Christian-Muslim rift in the state of Kerala. Because they want to have this completely agenda propagandized in the state of Kerala, also in the state of Tamil Nadu, where the elections are coming. So the hypocrisy act of going to the church and showing the bigger act, at the same time, the violence continues. The pattern of violence continues state after the state. And where is the stopping? Where is the enforcement of law and order coming in across?
Rahul Ishwar.
By accident or by intentional knowledge, the RSS spokesperson told that the Prime Minister is the head of the state, whereas the head of the state is the President of India.
Rahul Ishwar, questions will be raised. Ek minute, Rahul Ishwar, questions will be raised, right? See, the Prime Minister going to church on Christmas morning for service is something he's done for a while now. So it's a bit rich of the opposition to link his visit to the church to the elections in Kerala. He has been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years. He's done it this year as well. So I don't see a Kerala election link like the Congress does or the I.N.D.I.A Party does. Okay, but my point to you is simple. The world is watching. the community, the Christian community, which is less than 3% in this country, is watching. They are watching the Prime Minister of their country celebrate with them, honor their traditions by going to church. But the Christian community is also saying that the very Prime Minister who has come to their church this morning has not said a word to people who have attacked them for no reason. Questions will be asked.
Yeah, two quick submissions here. As you know, I'm a Hindu right-wing activist, and I would like to start by apologizing to Father Sebastian for the sad incidents that has happened. I don't think any right Hindu will accept or justify violence, and that is absolutely not done, like Rakesh Sinhaji said. Second, I would like to show this picture from Belur Mutt. This is Swami Vivekananda's Hindu ashram, Belur Mutt, where one of the best Christmas celebrations happens every year inside a temple and inside an ashram for past many decades, where Hindu saints wearing saffron do arati of Jesus Christ and Mother Mary, and that has been the culture of Vivekananda, Gandhi. Third, let me be very politically and socially honest with this too. There is a subtext and a context where we need to debate no violence. Even Mahatma Gandhi during the 1930s have raised the issue of anti-forced conversion law. There is an elephant in the room. Let us not forget about it. Yes, there is a larger question. Even Maulana Abul Kalam Azad wrote for the Hindu community to Cardinal Gracious of the then Bombay. That is a point there. But nobody can justify violence. I don't think attack is the way ahead. There is an insecurity among Hindu community regarding mass conversions, and let me be honest about it, because there is no point not being honest.
Rahul, to batao, in the Raipur Mall, what conversion was taking place?
Absolutely no. That's the reason why
when
there is
Christmas,
no justification
when Christmas decorations are broken and Santa Claus is broken.
See, that's the reason why I say, absolutely no. And, as a Hindu right-wing activist, I'm proud to tell you that one of the largest Jesus Christ face wall painting is inside my home. We celebrate pluralism and harmony. But there is an angle the right-wing activists are raising. Unless we address it, it will always simmer. For example, the Chhattisgarh Hartal, they were raising for this so-called anti-conversion debate. And it was addressed by people like Mahatma Gandhi, who was hardcore secular or hardcore pluralist. But coming to today, there are no justification for violence, and we should not do with violence, and we Hindus should be honest. With due respect to all the panelists here, we Hindus should be honest in admitting that some of our fringe are doing bad things, and we should not shy away from not naming them. Let us be honest, name it.
When you're silent, my limited point is, when you're silent about it, it will be seen as complicity. And you're right, there's an elephant in the room. The elephant is conversion. But honestly, a Santa Claus at a mall is not converting people. A poor Hindu selling Christmas caps or Santa caps is not converting people. Absolutely. We need to be mindful of that as well. Anyway, we leave it there for the moment. I think Professor Rakesh Sinha wasn't very happy with my line of questioning. He's not on the show anymore. But I'm going to thank him in any case for being here and putting his point of view forward. It's important to hear him. Rahul Ishwar, thank you very much. Salim, thank you. Good to have you on the show. You can smile now. Don't frown. I have not accused you of anything. Matthew Anthony, thank you very much. And Father Sebastian, thank you very much for joining us as well this evening. All of you have a very Merry Christmas. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a break. There's more on the other side. Do stay with us.